What is good, everybody? It is your boy Kev back with another Xenoverse 2 free update video for you guys, and today we are here with the new free update Super Souls that were added within this update, and I'm assuming will be distributed through raids, maybe the Festival of Universe event, things along those lines is how you will be able to unlock these, and some may even be in the TP Metal Shop at some point in time as well. And if they ever do show up, I will make a video so you guys know and you can get those from there. But let's take a look at these. Actually, before we do though, I gotta give a shout out to my homie EZ3RF. Huge shout out to him. I believe he has a YouTube channel, and if he does, I will link it down below in the description for you guys. Show him some love, because without him, we would not have this right here. Now, there are 9 different Super Souls that he was able to find, and I believe these are all of them in the new free update that were actually added. Now, the first one is, there was actually 5 of me. It's Ninja Murasaki Super Soul. Anybody who remembers Ninja Murasaki from the OG Dragon Ball, literally one of like the funniest fights, in my opinion, in that whole show. It was just, it's one of those fights that I can still watch to this day and absolutely laugh. Like when Goku literally stuck the power pole up the man's ass, I absolutely lost it for the first time. But taking a look at this Super Soul right here, it says when guard is broken, block all attacks up to 4 hits. So that's kind of nice in a sense. When your guard gets broken, you can actually still block up to 4 hits. But at the same time, when I think about it, if someone just does like a regular combo, you know, there's combos with like just 10 hits. So will it just block, 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 and then you're done? I don't necessarily know how good or bad this Super Soul right here can be. Now, next up, we have Trunks GT Super Soul. Nothing beats flying. Always. Oh, wow. Boost movement speed by an XL amount, and boost dashes no longer consume stamina. Now, when it says boost dashes, does it mean the double burst dash where you get behind someone, or just, you know, boost, like, you know, dashing and flying fast through the air? Either way, the fact that neither of those could potentially consume stamina and you have a boost movement speed of XL, that actually sounds like a Super Soul that can be pretty good. That movement speed upgrade would be serious. Like, speed in this game by an XL increase, which is, I believe, 20%, definitely can make a big difference and make your character look so much faster. Moving on, though, we have a Super Soul from Gohan. That's a dead ball now, right? This is actually the new Super Soul that is available in the raid that will be going on. I did make a video on that raid yesterday. If you did not see it, be sure to check it out. But this raid will have this Super Soul right here, so make sure you get this raid done into 50k damage if you want it. So what it does is, once only when hit with a Ki Blast ultimate attack, temporarily nullifies damage from all attacks and temporarily prevents opponents from locking onto you. Whoa. That's kind of interesting in a sense, because you would normally get hit by a Ki Blast ult when you are stamina broken. So if it nullifies the damage, and then on top of that they can't lock onto you, in a sense that kind of would give you, that should give you, you would think, enough time to actually be able to get your stamina back and get back into the fight. So that can be a good Super Soul in certain situations when you're going up against someone that does have a Ki based build and tries to use a Ki based ultimate after they do break you. Now we got another one here. Why are you dodging? This comes in from Kale Super Saiyan 2. Once only when opponent uses an evasive skill, you boost to your movement speed by a large amount, and when opponent uses an evasive skill, you restores Ki by a small amount. I mean, that's not the greatest Super Soul in the world, to be honest. I mean, a large boost to your movement speed is nice, but it is once only, and I don't know if it is a permanent boost to your movement speed or if it'll go away. And then also when getting a small amount of Ki restoration, I believe that's a bar. I cannot say for sure. It's either a half a bar or a full bar of Ki that you get when an opponent uses an evasive, but that's one that is just very situational and opponent situational, you can say, at the same time, because if your opponent is someone who doesn't use evasives a lot, then this one doesn't really come into effect at all. Now next up, we have one from Super Saiyan Vegeta. I'd rather fight alone and die. No allies. Doesn't activate in versus mode. Wait, what? Doesn't activate in versus mode. Oh, so it's saying it doesn't activate in like 1v1, like if you don't have any allies, but it'll boost all attacks by an XL amount and boost amount of Ki restored by an XL amount. So this could be a good Super Soul for like team-based battles, without a doubt. but definitely not something you'll be using in 1v1s, if I'm assuming that is the meaning of it right there, where you're only getting this boost in team-based battles. Next up, though, we got a Super Soul from Goku. It says die once only when using an ultimate attack while health is below 25%. Temporarily double strength of melee attacks, temporary double strength of ki blast attacks. I mean, not bad, I guess you could say. I mean, any Super Soul where your health has to be below like 25% is never a Super Soul that would be one that I would want to use. I would rather use something that's going to be active most of the match or all of the match, something along those lines, as opposed to this right here. But a doubling in the strength of certain of your attacks, that is kind of crazy. At the same time, you got to think about it, that's 100% increase to your melee and ki blast attacks, but it's also once when you're activating an ultimate at the same time. And usually when you're activating an ultimate at that point, most of the time your opponent will die, but this will ensure that they die with this right here, because that ultimate is going to get that 100% boost, which again is kind of crazy when you talk about damage increase. Now next we have one from Android 17. I have an unlimited energy supply. Oh, hold on. What? I was about to say this could be very good for Blue and Blue Evolution, but bro, activates ki auto recovery mode, but then lowers strength of melee attacks. Now by melee, I believe melee is strike based skills, and ki blast attacks by why would you want to lower? Basically you're just left with basic attacks after that point in time. I mean, maybe this could be, I was thinking maybe for UI, but UI doesn't need ki auto recovery mode. I don't know. I don't see where this Super Soul would really have. I don't like that lowering. I don't like losing that much of a attack buff by XXL. That's crazy. That's 25 or 30% or something like that. That's absolutely insane. Now we have another Goku Super Soul right here. I never could have gotten here on my own. Once only when using Super Saiyan God. Ooh. Temporarily boosts normal attacks by an XXL amount. Temporarily prevents opponent's stamina from automatically recover. What? So you mean their stamina will not come back? I wonder how long. We got to see how long this Super Soul lasts. Because if this Super Soul lasts for like a minute, for example, that could be kind of godly. Because you got to think, you're already getting a 40 to like 60 something% increase with Super Saiyan God, depending on if you time your combo right? And then also an XXL amount, again, I believe is either 25 or 30% of an increase at the same time, and your opponent wouldn't be getting stamina back? Like, what? So I'm assuming they'll only get stamina back like while they're getting hit, but not when like they can't go to the ground and get stamina or anything like that. That's kind of crazy if that's the case. And again, it really depends on how long this Super Soul actually lasts. Now next up, we have one from Bardock. Something deadly's about to happen. When opponent's ki is at 80% or higher, boost stamina recovery speed by XXL, and then activates health auto recovery mode. So this is another one. The buffs are very good, but it's very situational at the same time. Because, I mean, say your opponent has 15 bars of ki, because you know that is a possibility now. You know how long it's going to take them to get to that 80% mark? And most likely they're not going to even get to that 80% or higher mark, because they're probably going to be using that ki throughout the match. So again, another situational one, has good buffs, but the whole ki over 80% would definitely be kind of hard at the same time to actually, you know, keep consistently. And again, it's another Super Soul that is based off of your opponent. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Super Souls that are based off of your opponent, like your opponent has to do certain things to make the Super Soul work. So that is that one, and those are actually all of them. Those are all 9 new Super Souls from the homie EZ. Again, huge shout out to him. If he does have a YouTube, I will be linking it down below in the description for you guys. Like I said, without him, we would not have this right here, not have this info. So be sure to show him some love if his YouTube is linked down below in the description. And if it's not, be sure to show him some love in the comments at the same time. But as always, man, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, my boys, hope you have a good one. Peace, y'all.